Hello, everybody. You Raven fans, you Oriole fans, thank you for joining us this week on our post game. Hi, Jordan, there in the back. Us contact creators really do have families, kids, families, and everything, and they just walk right in the shop there. You got to stay on. Thank you for calling us on the Bravery Sports Podcast. We're all in a good mood here after the post game, after a Ravens victory, 28-3. The Ravens over the Browns today. This one was, I thought the Ravens caught some breaks with the personnel. I thought that mattered, but it didn't matter. The defense basically ruled the day. Offense, absolutely none for Cleveland today. They didn't. Deshaun Watson, it was ruled before the game time decision that he was not going to go. I think the Browns with a bye next week factored into that. If it's you get an extra week of rest, that can really help an injury because he didn't play at all. They played the backup. Dorian Thompson-Robinson played last year at USC, drafted in the 5th round, won the backup job run the backup job in training camp. So he had to play. He started out, it didn't look too horrible from the start when he started out, but they obviously didn't score much here. Didn't get any offense at all. Ravens took total advantage of that. Ravens offense, I thought, struggled out of the gate too in this one. A lot of 3-and-outs early. Myles Garrett was really just as expected unblockable. Really just blowing past Pat McCary a lot. The Ravens eventually, though, I think, really started to use that to their advantage almost in a weird way. So Lamar, great day today. 2 touchdown passes, 2 TD rushes. I thought the 1 TD rush, the first one off the interception in the first quarter, he goes in, Garrett runs in after him, really goes in to get the sack, kind of uses the rush and kind of uses the quick speed of Garrett, get past him and got into the end zone, took advantage of the short field and actually scored. Got another TD rush, 2 TD passes. Also, too, an outstanding over-the-shoulder throw by Lamar and catch from Melvin Gordon. I thought it was fantastic. Perfect throw and catch. Seeing this more and more from Lamar is actually a throwing ability in the pocket. So good stuff by the Ravens there in this one. First quarter, Brandon Stevens got an INT in the first quarter. Ball thrown by Thompson in the first quarter. Thompson-Robinson, rather, in the first quarter. The ball was tipped by Arthur Mallett right in the hands of Brandon Stevens, who made the catch. Long run there. He ran about 30 yards, I think it was. 35 yards, I think it was, and gave the Ravens the short field. That really made a big difference in this one, getting the Ravens their first touchdown of the game. I'm going to say this. Brandon Stevens in the first half of this season, first quarter poll, now we're at the quarter poll, has been fantastic. This is the biggest surprise, I think, on the upside of somebody playing. Brandon Stevens was really good. I thought he was really good today. Even the soon after that, he got the pass interference. I think it was because his coverage was solid and the ball was underthrown, so he had to change the route, and Stevens kind of ran into him. Brandon Stevens, I think we found out he's a corner and not a safety. This is nothing we've seen from him at the safety position for 2 years. So he was outstanding today. I think he's been probably the biggest surprise in a positive way all season long. I'm gonna take heat for this. I don't care. Stop telling me JV Clowney's outstanding. Every week with the missed tackles to JV Clowney. He blows up the rush. He blows through the line and misses the tackle. He had 2 more again today. Not fundamentally sound tackling the opposing guys. Seen it all his career with Jaden Clowney. Seen it again today. Blowing up the rush. You're so excited, but he doesn't bring the guy down. Not fundamentally sound. He needs to hang around Roquan Smith and find out how to tackle and get somebody down. What difference does it make if you blow up the play and you miss the tackle? He misses like 1 or 2 every game. It's so frustrating with Jadeveon. That's it. I mean, the defense was outstanding overall in this one. I thought they couldn't do anything with Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett was fantastic as well. Very impressive in the second quarter. Myles Garrett, they double teamed him. So McCary and Gordon were double teaming him. He spins around the double team, right? Spins around the double team. John Simpson, the guard, chips him, and he still gets the sack. That's how good Myles Garrett is. He got hurt later in the game. That was a huge, huge matter because the Ravens offense at that point can actually move and operate without getting blitzed, without having to look at Garrett all over their shoulder in this one. Defensively, I thought Marcus Williams, even though he practiced all week, didn't play. I thought that was a little odd. I mean, he must not have been in game shape. So that was the factor. But I thought the defensive line was good as usual. Matabuke, I think, was tackled. Braddock Washington today was factored in as well. Roquan Smith was as dominant as always. I think like today he was focused more when they were throwing lanes. He was in the throwing lanes more, tackles downfield, breaking up passes. He was just fantastic. Van Noy played a lot as well. I already talked about Jadeveon Clowney. Here's what's surprising. So many the commentary I'm hearing is that they're so happy with him. He struggles, I think. He struggles making tackles. He's struggling being fundamentally sound. I thought the secondary was fine. Brandon Stevens has been good all year. Kyle Hamilton was good again. He had the interception right at the end. Geno Stone was solid as usual. I thought a lot of it as usual. The other corners are too. It looks like they're using Ronald Darby and Rocky Sin kind of in rotation a lot. On the other side, we still don't have Marlon Humphrey yet. We hope to get him back soon. He's still injured. You haven't had your receivers for a team 3-1 dealing with a lot of injuries. Very good stuff from the Ravens today. I thought this was a very, very good, impressive defensive victory. Offense, overall, I mean, they scored 28 points. Not a lot of yards. That was a very tough defense they went against, though. I didn't think they would get a lot of yards, but hey, unlike last week, capitalize when you needed to. Capitalize when you needed to. So, excellent stuff. Work by the Ravens today. Very decisive. 28-3. This one wasn't in that. They took advantage of the backup quarterback. They took advantage of the fact also late in the game that Myles Garrett didn't play as well. Daryl Worley got taken off the field. I don't think there was another major injury I saw from the Ravens today. I don't think anybody else didn't return. I think that was one. And so that's a good thing. So the fact that they've been fighting so many injuries all year long, it's been difficult to actually get the continuity. But even still, the second unit guys really performing well. Geno Stone, Daryl Worley was in there today. You see a lot of these guys. Travis Jones had a tackle. The whole unit. This is why they're able to withstand and win. and Lamar on offense doing enough to win. So good job by the Ravens today. Decisive 28-3 victory over the Cleveland Browns. Next week, it's Steelers week. Steelers having their own issues though next week, so we'll go ahead and check that out. So thank you for joining us on the Bravery Sports Podcast, the Baltimore Sports Podcast for fans like me. We will see you next week here on that. Also to Wednesday night, definitely check us out, our regular podcast here. Wednesday night. Found that this week. It was sweet, the Ravens victory. We'll see you on Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. We'll be dropping the podcast for the Bravery Sports Podcast. We'll see you later.